The Marvels became the worst-selling MCU movie, breaking the Incredible Hulk's record and grossing only $47 million in its first weekend.
There's been a sort of a passing of the torch, and Brie just has to not screw it up.
It's not a crazy concept to me that women can lead giant franchises and make money for corporations.
You had one job!
I do not need a 40-year-old white dude to tell me what didn't work for him about...
You guys are so screwed now!
Disney's failure is complete. The Marvels isn't a movie, it's an obituary. Take the plot from Mel Brooks' Spaceballs, add in a Bollywood musical number, and a light show of action that'll give you Caesars, all along with a director that believes Captain America is a villain.
Could you walk me through one of your bigger takes here that Infinity War is Captain America's fault?
It is his fault because he should have just ripped that thing out of his homie's head.
Here you go.
From the beginning.
Now toss in that hurricane of wooden personality Brie Larson, a mouthy teen from a Disney Plus series no one's ever seen, and an affirmative action hire. All topped off with Kevin Feige using Kathleen Kennedy's secret formula for films.
Put a chick in it, make her gay!
The only good thing about The Marvels, it's the shortest movie the MCU has ever made.
Now, commence Operation Vacuum Suck.
What's going on, everybody? It's official. The Marvel Cinematic Universe, also known as the MCU, is having an identity crisis. The Marvels has flopped all over the planet. And right now, Hollywood should be celebrating popping champagne, but instead you got Disney's board crying into their cans of Bud Light. See, to the Mouse House, The Marvels is a dream come true. The very first superhero film without any white males in significant roles to the plot. And then you got a story written by 3 social justice quota queens, all led by a female cast of Brie Larson, a Marvel Twitter fan, and a diversity dartboard winner. All together in a movie that cost $275 million, barely directed by Nia DaCosta, and consulted by none other than Kelly Sue DeConnick.
Captain America is a social justice warrior.
What?
What comic books are you reading?
You need professional help.
And if you don't like my politics,
Don't buy my book.
You know what's really hilarious? The movie has to hit $1 billion just to break even, yet it can't even beat the opening weekend numbers of the MCU's worst rated film of the year, Ant-Man and the Wasp. Quantum, nobody cares. But the real kicker is, the more movies Marvel puts out, the worse they get.
I don't like that name.
Right from the jump, the movie opens with a generic space villain 101 who digs up a magical bracelet, only to discover that its equally all-powerful twin is on the hand of Kamala Khan. What? Never heard of her? Not a problem. Nobody else has either. That's because, like I said earlier, The Marvels isn't a movie. It's just another piece of content that the Mouse House has to push out. If you want to know any backstory for the film, well, then you're going to have to fork over a little bit of cash every month for that failed thing called Disney Plus's streaming service. Then sit back and watch 3 series that almost no one has ever seen. Marvel has been fully Disneyfied. Enter director Nia DaCosta, the new queen of hand-fisted cinema with a chip on her shoulder who makes home movies look like high art.
Candyman was only killing white people this movie, right?
Yeah.
Was that intentional, or was it?
Yeah, it was actually.
DaCosta sets the tone for the rest of the runtime by introducing hyperactive teen Kamala Khan. She's in her bedroom drawing cartoons about her greatest hero in the world, dreaming of a team-up one day with Captain Cardboard herself. I mean, Captain Marvel. And then suddenly, mysteriously, her magical bracelet glows, and poof, she disappears. Just like the audience Disney was counting on to show up for a movie that was exclusively made for tweens. As usual, Samuel Jackson shows up, except this time he's been downgraded from the badass Nick Fury into a galactic janitor on a space station, swapping out all his super spy gear for a cosmic mop so he can clean up other people's messes while shouting orders. You know, Jackson's resume at one time was like a who's who of all the greatest roles in cinema. Today, he's the kind of man who's like, I'll do anything for a paycheck. and his career has followed suit right into obscurity.
That was a close call, huh, Goosey? Huh? Oh, mother!
It was at this moment Jackson knew. He fucked up.
Well, talking about obscurity, we gotta mention Monica Rambeau. Just another unknown character in the Disney Plus streaming service universe. She got her superpowers in the WandaVision series when she walked through one of Scarlet Witch's spells of magical goo. Which leads us right to our favorite person. The Wooden Wonderland, Brie Larson herself, Captain Cardboard. She's trying to retrieve her memories over the last 20 years. And really what it means is the movie is using her flashbacks to serve as a cheap sequel to Captain Marvel that Disney wisely never made.
Is that like a personal attack or something?
But the real punchline of the film is a gag. Every time the heroes use their powers, they swap places with one another across the universe like they're playing a game of magical chairs. Except for the times that they use their powers and don't swap places with one another across the universe like they're playing a game of magical chairs. Oh well, that's how it goes when it comes to Disney. Maybe next time Marvel will swap scripts and accidentally find a plot. The rest of the film flows with the same kind of goofy, clunky logic. You have Captain Cardboard. She's depicted as this all-powerful Mary Sue, a perfect deity without any equal or flaws. Just imagine you have a hero with all the powers of Superman, but without kryptonite or anything to cause her harm, which puts the writers into a corner. They had to twist themselves into a pretzel to find a way to make her appear vulnerable so audiences could have something to relate to, which in the end only made her look silly. It's not like how she was in the Avengers Endgame. At least there, Titan Thanos threw a punch and she took it and smiled. You come up to the Marvels and you get Captain Cardboard again. She can travel at light speed but can't arrive anywhere just on time. She can relight a sun in 30 seconds. But when it comes to trying to beat generic space villain 101, she's having to sweat. She's struggling. That is, of course, until the movie needs to end and then the villain is destroyed. Before the credits roll, we have the Space Spice Girls. They reconcile their differences, fight a little bit amongst the stars like it's a wrestling match minus the mud. They throw a slumber party and visit a planet where everyone communicates by singing and dancing. And then they save Earth. But I saved the best for last. We actually discover that Brie Larson's Captain Cardboard is a bona fide Disney princess. On top of that, you had this flat dialogue, uninspired acting, embarrassing casting, and forced relationships that you just didn't really believe. And then you had this generic villain of the week who tried to focus your attention on her crisp British bad guy accent so you wouldn't remember the fact that she's just a gender-swapped rip-off of Ronan the Accuser from Guardians of the Galaxy, Hammer included. Did I forget to mention? The plot from Freaky Friday meets Spaceballs.
How many assholes we got on this ship anyhow? Go! I knew it. I'm surrounded by assholes.
The Marvels is a daytime drag show pretending to be popcorn superhero fun. But no worries. You go out when the movie is over and ask a nice theater manager, and they'll give you a trauma counselor for your grief. But the good news is, the one consistent high point throughout the film is Iman Vellani. Her do-gooder Kamala Khan with her dorky fangirling over Captain Cardboard is really endearing. And that's despite the fact that the director repeatedly tried to use her Pakistani-American family as comic relief sidekicks. My opinion, the whole movie should have been about Vellani's Khan, because she was absolutely authentic, and that's just refreshing.
Captain Marvel is walking up and down our living room, and now you come back waltzing in with no apologies.
Sorry, Captain Marvel was in her house?
Disney had it all. A bulletproof franchise with a dedicated fan base that in return for decades of entertainment made Marvel into a $30 billion juggernaut. All that Mickey and Minnie had to do was keep releasing the big screen fun. Instead, the cheese chasers over at the Mouse House's board decided to run a social experiment. They started attacking their fans, alienating their customers, neutering their heroes, and then turning all the major male icons into smug, sexless, ugly girl bosses.
You've got to do better, Senator. You've got to step up.
Instead, we had Disney giving us an hour and 45 minutes of women running around behaving like men. And that only appeals to an audience of high school female gym teachers.
You coming on to me, Pickle Dick?
No, I'd never dream of it.
Oh, not good enough for you?
Frankly, there's not enough of them to go around for Disney to break even. If you enjoyed the video and you found value in it, hit the subscribe button, leave your thoughts in the comments down below, and share with everyone you know. And if you want to win every battle and stay true to yourself, all you have to remember is, we never bow down, we never bend the knee. Always forward.
Women can lead giant franchises and make money for corporations. It's fine, you know what I mean? It's like, we can do that too, everybody can do it.